Morning, Victors. So, freshman year in high school, I'm trying out for the basketball team. And for about 2 weeks, I am having legitimately the worst tryouts I think I could have possibly had. I mean, it was just awful. I was out of position. I was missing shots, missing layups, not communicating. It was just all around awful. And so that happened for a couple weeks. And towards the end, we go and we travel to scrimmage someone before the final cuts. And I had a bad performance there as well. And so we're coming home and we're getting off the bus. And I'm like thinking in my head, I know I'm better than this. And so when we get off the bus, I actually pulled the coach aside and I go, listen, I know I haven't performed very well, but if you give me an opportunity, you won't regret it. And I will work hard and you just won't regret it. Just give me a chance is all I asked. And so, he ended up giving me an opportunity to play on the team and he didn't cut me. And so, but he didn't give me any time. I was the last man on the bench. I mean, there were, the first like 2 or 3 games I got did not plays. But I was working hard every day at practice. I was working hard. I was ready to go because I knew I had this ability to be great. I knew I had this ability to play at a high level. And so fast forward a couple weeks, someone actually got sick. One of the starters got sick and they just needed someone to play. And so I remember the coach Weeksner asking, who should play? And the 2 captains were Deontay and Will. They said, play VK. And he had this sour look on his face, like, why him? And whatever. They vouched hard for me. And the first part of this is never underestimate the power of someone believing in you. Because when those dudes believed in me, it filled me up so much. And I was so grateful for the opportunity that I was about to receive. I had been working hard. So I knew I worked for it. I earned it. But them believing in me was extra energy that I was putting into myself. So I went into that game. I started and I just balled out. I was in perfect position every time. I got a bunch of rebounds, scored a bunch of points, played well. And I remember even after the game, I talked to Caton. Like, he came up, that was the varsity coach at the time, came up, talked to me and was like, great job, keep working. And fast forward a couple more weeks, I continued to work hard. I continued to play hard. And I ended up being the very first freshman to go and play on the JV team, which ended up going undefeated and winning city, and our varsity was really good that year. We lost in state, but my point is never underestimate the power of someone believing or you believing in someone, but even more importantly, never underestimate the power of believing in yourself, because I believed in myself and I knew I had the ability to play at a high level. Just because you have a bad time doesn't mean you're not capable of conquering or achieving any kind of goal. So, morning, Victors. So one great lesson that I've learned going through my journey was that I had to destroy certain things in my life in order to have the new growth come in. Okay. What do I mean by that? My mentality of how I felt about myself. Okay. I wasn't necessarily a woe is me person, but I would get in these dark places and you could go weeks without hearing from me. Like, I wouldn't want to talk to anyone. I wouldn't want to be seen by anyone. I just wouldn't want to deal with anyone. And I was just in a bad place, but I had to absolutely destroy that way of thinking in order to have room for this mindfulness that I have now, in order to have room for this light that I have now, in order to have room for this empowerment that I have for myself now. I had to destroy that woe is me. Okay, absolutely. It's burned to the ground. It ain't coming back, so I can have room to grow, how to get out of a bad time. I don't have bad days anymore. I have bad moments, but I don't have bad days. Even the destruction of the way I looked at money, it was just something that I was just recklessly spending. But there is so much more to it that I could have been doing. Now I've learned, so I had to destroy that mentality. And now I'm learning about investing. Now I'm learning about putting it and saving it, now I'm learning about stocks. Now I'm learning about all of these great things, but I had to destroy this recklessness first in order to make room for this new growth. Okay. Apply it to your life. There are some things in your life that you need to destroy. And sometimes it is a relationship. Sometimes it's a business model or the way you're thinking about your business. Sometimes you got to destroy that in order to come with this new. And so I just really wanted to share that. I know it's going to help somebody. Morning, Victors. So I got a question for you today. What is it that helps you refocus when you start losing your way? I got a lot of new business entrepreneurs on my page now, and I'm really curious as to what helps you guys refocus. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, what helps you refocus in your life? Okay, for myself, it's a book called The Go-Giver. I mean, I've been pushing this book since I've started this, and it has really helped me change my life. And it helps me realize that giving and serving is a way of life. And so when I found myself here recently, just kind of thinking about too much other stuff, and I just needed to center myself. And so I've actually started listening to the audiobook of The Go-Giver again, and it has really just helped me refocus. So my question is, what helps you guys refocus? What helps you get back into the gym? What helps you get back on track with your businesses? What helps you get back on track with your work or in your life? I would like to know. Morning, Victors. So one thing I've never wanted to do was to put on this facade like I live this perfect life. I'm far from it. I have plenty of things going on in my life and plenty of things that I still fail at. And one thing that I failed at was the first attempt at 30 days and losing 50 pounds. It didn't go as planned. I ended up losing like 25 pounds, which was half of what I wanted to do. But the reality is I learned a lot from that. And that is life. You go and you attempt something, and if you fail, you regroup and you try it again. And my big thing is we gotta fight for whatever we want in our lives, whether it's a great business, whether it's the body we want, whether it's the relationship we want. We have to work on it and create it. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I failed the first time, 50 pounds in 30 days. You know what? Take two. Here I am again. 50 pounds, 30 days. I'm going to do it because I know I can. I've never lost that amount of weight in that short amount of time, but I know I can do it. I've learned a lot from it, and I'm going to knock this out. So I just wanted to talk about that. I'm not here to fake perfection. I'm here to keep it real and show us that we can fight and we can achieve whatever we want to do. So that's my spill for today. Thank those of you that bought your 30 Days to Inspire Living task book. If you want to get yours to create action, hit the link above me. It's simple, or it's a support Sunday. So put something supportive on the timeline in the Inspired Living on the Inspired Living board. We're going to stop saying no to our dreams and start saying yes, yes, yes to the body we want. I got kids, so I'm tired, but I'll be here tomorrow to help us live inspired.